Hello, everyone. Honestly, I was relaxing on my bed and then I looked at the time and went, holy crap, I'm supposed to be live. Everyone else is here on the chat bar already. And I'm sitting on my bed relaxing. That's so funny. Sorry about that. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am going to be doing a tarot card reading and some free chat bar readings afterwards. And today we're just going to focus in on December. I know I'm a little bit late compared to everybody else, but I wasn't doing any videos last week, and probably next week we'll go into 2025. Anyways, let's do this, right? We're going to focus in on, and they wanted me to bring up those that were knowing that they're going to ascend. But the reason why I put that is because those that are knowing that they're going to ascend are kind of in this holding, lots of us are in this holding cell or this waiting game or this void, whatever you want to call it. And it's like, when is it? It's kind of like, when is it ever going to come? But the reason why I'm doing the reading for those that have done a lot of work is because most of my messages are for those that are learning to ascend. So that's where I'm going with this. Hey, everyone. Actually, to tell you the honest truth, I have not got my glasses here because I suddenly rushed myself. So I'm going to squint a bit to try to read some of the chat bars, but and some of these cards as well. I don't even know what this one is. So I'm going to put that aside and get something that I actually do know. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry about this, guys. And being live, you know, it is what it is in that moment. That is so interesting, right? Being in a rush and not being able to see clearly. So just be aware of that through this transition, and especially in December, just be aware of that. They want you to come back into yourself and really just fine-tune, honing in on who you are in the living moment, rather than in the past where we would try to predict the future, try to rush towards the future, try to get everything done, all of that sort of thing. Yes, you'll get things done if you're living more in the moment anyway, because in the moment you just feel like doing certain things and it's coming from what you really want to do in that present moment. But when we're already got it all sorted out, we have to do this, and we start rushing towards it because we feel like if we don't, then we're going to miss the boat or whatever. Then the universe in reflection is going to think that you are going to miss the boat as well. So just be aware of that. You'll see clearer when you come back into present moment and start to enjoy your life and start to live from enjoyment, because the more that you start to enjoy yourself, the more that the universe is going to say, they are in response to enjoyment. And so it starts bringing more enjoyment into your life as well. And I'm trying to squint to see this card. I'm going to show you guys anyway because it's got teeny tiny writing there and that, but it feels like it's something on a bridge. I really can't see it. It's something on a bridge moving. I can see the bird bath down below, but it's like right on the edge of a bridge and ready to move across. Okay, we'll just leave that there. I have got another pack here that I know these cards a bit better. So that's a brand new pack that was given to me by a lovely friend of mine, Julie Moon. And I still haven't quite got used to it. But I love using them because they're really clear. Anyway, let's go. See what else comes up for December, please, for those that know or feel like they are ready to ascend. Here we go. We've got the Two of Cups in reverse coming out. A meeting of minds that has not happened. That's the message that I'm getting from that. A meeting of minds that has not happened. Or a meeting of minds that has happened in the past and is coming back, but through a new energy, so it feels different. They're also saying cup runneth over through this meeting or through this link. So that's really interesting in December. Just be aware of that. Maybe meeting other soul tribe members or members or people that you know of that you've met in the past and, you know, are still living in that old program. And now you're like, oh my God, I've cleared so much. And so have they. And you come together and it feels different. That could happen as well. We got that followed by the Emperor. So this to me at the moment is grounding new I would call them laws or grounding new responsibilities for oneself in this world as from empowerment. And when we learn to ground ourselves from empowerment, we are taking full responsibility for everything that we are achieving in our life and what we are not achieving as well. The Emperor knows his downfalls as well. And so with that downfall, if it comes up, they can seek for somebody else's advice. There's another clue to, as we move into these higher dimensions and that and start to realize what we're ascending into, empowerment of ourselves, we also have to take responsibility for those things that we are still wavering on or vulnerable with, and would rather seek somebody else's advice outside of us to be able to help us, because the Emperor has those that are, you know, that are with them that can help. Now, every single person in this higher dimension has the Emperor within them and is the helper for others within them as well. It is all in one encompassing as well. I'm just feeling it into it from that higher dimensional perspective, rather than you're the Emperor and that's it. I'm feeling into, we play the game as we go, and sometimes I know who I am, and I know my worth, and I know what I'm good at, so I'm speaking up as an Emperor. This is what we need to do, structures, everything that we need to put in place in this physical world, because that's what the Emperor does. And then they're showing me, okay, as an Emperor as well of yourself, I don't know what I'm doing, help, I need help, or so you're playing these games with other people of the roles of who you really are, or the gifts that you have to share and offer is put on the table for all to see in the higher frequencies, and then everyone knows where everybody's gifts are, and as you move up into a higher frequency, I'm getting this feeling of like knowing thyself so much that even if you learn something, it's kind of like, as we go up into these higher frequencies and we start to learn the value of ourselves, those in the past wouldn't have actually known that value of you, because you didn't take the reins for yourself. You didn't say, this is who I am and this is my value. And you didn't present it in that way either. You were like, maybe not, I don't know, can you help, that sort of thing. And so you really weren't standing in your power. So this Emperor card is really giving me off that feeling of understanding what your power is, and presenting it to others as that. Now this is who you are, and this is what you've gained in your life, especially when you start to connect to your soul And it's not just this life. You start to remember things of your empowerment from past lives as well, who you were representing in those past lives and so forth, coming forth and bringing that out as well. So that's a really big core lesson right there. I can kind of make out people's names. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Sky. Hey, Yannicka. Hey, Debbie. Good to see you in the chat bar. Also, just before I carry on, because I rushed this whole intro, I do want to just bring up a little bit about a bit of housekeeping. So a friend of mine, Sky, actually, she has created a GoFundMe, and it would be really lovely if you go have a look at that. That is because she wants to bring me over to New York and actually channel live. And I'm all for it, because I know I've foreseen in my future that that's what I'm supposed to do, just channel live on stage as well, and meet people and change frequencies and ignite others and all that sort of thing. And I think the more light workers that actually get out there physically and do this sort of work would be just great. So I feel like it's a start of something there for me, and it's taking a leap of faith into a whole new game. But we put it out there, Sky's put out there as a GoFundMe to help her get me over there to pay for airfares and accommodation and that sort of stuff as well, so that we can get this ball rolling. And then I can go maybe to other places as well and around the world as well and meet a lot of you guys. If you want to help go fun. I've also put 2 free readings on the table for anyone that does donate. So we will pick that out later on in next year sometime, and I think in January sometime, and definitely 2 free readings will be up for grabs, 30-minute readings. So yeah, that's my offer for that as well. So I feel like the universe is working with me, and I love to work with it as well. So here we go. And the link is down below. Also, if you want a one-on-one reading with me, the link is down below as well. I've helped so many people. I've done literal like 500 readings and stuff, and I've had so many people come back. It's been wonderful, actually. And also I've started a new school called AMAKEL, which is on my Patreon, and the link is down below. And that is absolutely awesome. I just put out some new intuitive telepathic games. They also take you on a journey as well, interdimensional, into the elementals and all sorts of things. Plus we have simple games of telepathic games, dice games, coin games, all sorts of things, and I'm just going to keep adding to them every week. So I want hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of games on that school by the end of it. And we also have lessons as well, that every now and then I'll put in a lesson. Some of them are quite big, so they're not as often, maybe every 2 weeks. Yeah, so that's that school too. So I'd love to see you there as well. We've raised, sorry Sky, I'm trying to get that. We've raised $752 already, and it's just started. So I'm so proud of everyone that's donated. Thank you so much. So it's definite that this is going to happen. The universe wants me to go. So yeah, how cool is that? And that will be next year in April that I'll start that I'll be going there. Okay, let's get back into this December reading. Enough about myself. So yeah, there's this real empowerment stage that's happening, or they're asking us that have done the work to actually feel into our empowered self. I really feel that this is because there has to be a reflection of our inner worth. And so our inner worth has to come from, how is our self-talk and all of that sort of thing as well. An emperor would never talk to himself in a very derogative way. He just wouldn't. Like, sit yourself in that position and feel what that feels like. Feel the empowerment of yourself through December. Ask if you have any issues and problems and all of that. Okay, what would I do if I was completely empowered? How would I respond to that and empower from an empowered self? Yeah, that's coming up for December as well. It's a journey that we are learning to take responsibility of. We also have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. they're showing me the time going backwards for some reason with this. Dipping into the past. Why? To me, the past is we've got to let go of it. But feeling into this, actually saying the time is reversed. Timing reversed. Why? Just let me sit with that for a moment. I don't want to grasp at anything, and I just want to feel into it. Timing reversed, and it came out with the same card, another card, a 7 of Wands in reverse. So 7 of Wands is usually I'm protecting myself, and I'm overprotecting myself because I'm expecting the world or the universe to come at me, right? So I have to be prepared. And in reverse, it's really giving me off that my preparation is to let go of overprotection, because my protection has already come from within me. The answers are in the past. The answers are in the past. You already know this game. They're showing me, they're bringing me into a life that you've spent now, and then a life, and then they're showing me from even further above and going, now from compared to this life that you've spent, which has been increment of this small, your soul has been on infinite number of journeys. And so especially the ones that you've just had just before this life, there is much power that you had that needs to be pulled through the thread of life, or through the thread, or the central point of your own. There's a compass within you that you're pulling it through, and the navigation has to be spot on with clarity within yourself for you to pull this essence through, and then the keys will come in from that past, that your protection was never meant to be from a physical point of view. Your protection was always meant to be from a self-awareness, a self-knowing, an emperor-like knowing even in this physical world. It's just that where you've come from, more etheric worlds, not so physically dense based, the physical dense base kind of threw you off, and with everybody else in your environment being, and they're showing me a petri dish moldy around the outside, that your essence or spark started to feel that way as well, because that's all you were surrounded by. But your inner core representation of yourself is so much more. And in December, that there's kind of like an ignition, a light of that spark, that inner core self coming into alignment. And so you can then retrieve things from the past that even make you know more power about yourself, where you shift the petri, you shift those that are around your environment and everything as well. So in December, I'm feeling like there's a big ignition happening. I'm also getting the sense, oh my gosh, I probably need to do another channeling message through this, because it's coming through now. I'm just going to say it. But I'm also sensing there is a closeness of, I really feel really strong about this right at this moment, a closeness of those that are from different dimensions and different planets really starting to integrate. They're actually coming into they're showing me the earth, and they're showing me levels of environments. I don't know, stratospheres and all of, I'm not really good at the science side of weather and air space as we go out, but they're like levels of it, where before they were in the space, they were kind of in the ether, because humans weren't ready for them to be seen so much. They are now coming closer, and they are piercing through something to do with passing through our inner core, knowing, or our reality within our minds is allowing them to pass through the different layers of atmosphere around surrounding Earth, and so we will see them more. We're going to be seeing them more, and there's going to be a lot more contact happening with those that are meant to be contacted, and some of the contacts happening because they are wanting to awaken those people up, but they are held through the essence of those that have ascended. The energy is held through the light, so-called star people, light workers, whatever you want to call them, those that already have a home base closer, or understanding or remembrance of their home planets and that sort of thing. I had to say that, even though this is a tarot reading. But I do think that maybe there's a message there that I might have to channel through, get deeper with. Look at this, the sun has come up. So yeah, the sun's come up tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar it's on tomorrow. Yeah, so we've got here Annie turning, yeah. So, in that movie, Annie, she is always on the positive side, right? And she ends up bringing in the reality that she always wanted. They're showing me another show. It was about a princess. I can't remember what it was called. It's a movie. It's an older movie, and it was about this girl that her dad went to war, and then they lost him, and she was actually in an orphanage, and it was a very wealthy orphanage. And when they lost him, they used her as a slave, and then she ended up just keep on reminding herself that she is a beautiful, beautiful soul. And when she kept reminding herself that, she ended up manifesting not only her father back, but she ended up manifesting the next door neighbor, putting all beautiful things in her room and that sort of thing. So same with Annie. She had a very positive outlook about herself in that story, and they want us to bring us into that kind of childlike essence, because both of them were children, female children too, childlike essence as we move into this higher dimension of remembering who we are from that soul essence. Is just going to empower us. It's going to bring us into a very positive world. And December is such the light shining a light on December, literally shining a light on December. It's really cool. Okay, guys. Thank you, Celtic, for putting down those links and stuff as well every time you're on board. Love that, love that, love that. Okay, I feel like there's just this beautiful energy, a bunch of friends in my chat bar every week. It's just a pulling together of our energies, and I know that's what's going to happen when I go on stage. The audience is I'm going to be feeding off the audience's souls and energies, and it's just going to be a beautiful and magical experience. I just know it. Okay. So it's like we're all together in on this. Okay, so we have the teacher, we have learning a new path. Learning a new path. So valuable for December. So you're becoming the teacher, but you are also learning this new path to become the teacher, because you're remembering that has been hidden within you, as in your core essence of your soul. And the vulnerability of this, it's starting to just subside, because we are gaining momentum from knowing thyself. And then we also have ancestors coming in as well. This coming out together is a shift within your consciousness that is allowing ancestors or past relations, grandmothers, aunties, all of that have gone through a lot of disharmony in that last, lives and lives before. But you're becoming the teacher of them and clearing the path and they are also becoming clear too and sharing their gifts as well. So there's an amalgamation, that's a big word for me, amalgamation of not only your soul's past, but also your DNA's past that is coming together in empowerment. And this is where the two minds that are starting to, the logical mind or the grounded physical world and the etheric world, are amalgamating together as well. We're becoming, in essence, an expanded identity of self as we go through December too. So that's really beautiful. Just feeling into what other cards I need to pull through here. We'll get my Pleiadian cards as well. Okay. Yeah, like no one can do this alone. This is, no matter what you are, whether you are the one that's leading the company in the moment, or the one that's, you know, got the answers for something to be created, that you still have to go out and find those that you need to work with. This is a field of unity, or an expansion of unity that we're moving into, where no one person is more important anymore than another. And that's the old program that we have been, you know, taught, that one person's more important and knows all the answers, and they never knew hardly any of the answers. They just pretended to know, and then it ended up mucking everything up. Okay, message please for December. Pleiadian message for December, please. There we go, we've got one flipped over. Well, actually two. The awakener, rise. Out of the ashes I rise like the golden sun. No way. How absolutely freaking cool is that? So this is the Pleiadian cards, and this is Electra, the planet Electra, or it's actually a sun, the star Electra, and it's number 15. 1, which is independence. 5, which is moving into the new, or taking a new journey, travel. Together, creating 6, the creator, the number of creation. It's also a void. 6 is a void. A really interesting story that goes with that, because my team brought me into a movie or a documentary of a person that he just knew things, and he had a small accident when he was a kid, and then he wasn't autistic, but he tapped into this part, the right hemisphere of his brain, and he could tap into numbers like you wouldn't believe. He could literally say, he was called the brightest man in the world, because he could roll the high decimal, which is just goes for seemingly infinity. For 4 hours, he had like 11 people around, or quite a few people around a table, and they were all ticking off the numbers that he was saying next for the decimal. So it was like 3 point blah 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 blah, and just for 4 hours he did these numbers, and they were all correct. And he was talking about how he did it. He actually fell into each number for what it was. It was a feeling that he got more than a knowing and a remembrance in his logical brain. He used his intuitive brain. And 6, whenever he said 6 was one of the harder numbers to feel into, because there was always a void, because it was the beginning of creation. It was a void, it was blackness, that sort of thing. So I always remember that whenever I see the number 6. It's like where we're at right now. We are awakening. We are becoming the awakeners. The awakeners, I hope that's English. Doesn't matter. I tend to make up my own words. Anyway, but it says rise out of the ashes. like, you know, we're talking about that phoenix kind of thing, rise like the golden sun. Look, it feels like that sun is everywhere in this December reading. Even this book feels like it is like sun rays at the bottom of the teachers, like it's everywhere so far. So just beautiful. But I actually came out with this card tucked in underneath, and it is I can't read that bit, but we're going to 44. No way. 44 numbers. I see 44 everywhere. And that's grounding like heaven on earth to me. It's messages from the etheric realms, from my soul tribes and that sort of thing that are coming down, wanting to ground it into this world. Mother of the sea, goddess, I surrender to the boundless creative flow of the ocean. So here we have the light and the water, the light and the water coming in together here. So shifting the waters within you, shifting. We are bags of water moving around on a body, literally, and you know that if you speak to water, it changes the vibration. Water can hold wisdom within it, and it can have memory within it as well, and everything is created from that. They're even going into crystals, hardened water. Interesting. Never heard of it like that before. It literally looks like it, doesn't it? It actually looks like this is the crystal fluoride that I hold when I am feeling into the Pleiadians. And yeah, so I am feeling like in December, the shift that will coming within is also shifting the waters within us. And now they're showing me like the sea and how it does the waves coming in onto shore, onto land, and then withdrawing. And it's something to do with the movement of life and going with the flow. So in December, learning to go with the flow of life and not trying to predict everything in a way of pushing the reality to suit what your logical mind wanted to do, but more in the essence of going with the flow with this. Anything that doesn't come into fruition was never meant to anyway. So, you know, your logical mind goes, I need to meet this person so that because they're going to expand my reality, and that I can see all that happening because logically that's what it feels like. They have this key and all that. And then for some reason, the universe pulls them away, and it's nothing, and it has nothing to do with you because they were only going to teach you a lesson of something else that you have already learned from anyway. And so allow the flow to go as it goes in December. If someone's taken away from you and they're not around you, then the lesson has been learned, that the value of them and why they were in your life was learned. I mean, they could, in the end, come back, especially in December, having that two of Cups in reverse. They could come back, but they would have to come back from an empowered self, like it was literally next to the Emperor when that fell out. They would have had to found their empowered self and realize their worth in your life for them to see your worth. That's another message that's coming through for December as well. Okay, I'll get an animal card for December. See what else comes up. I'm so glad that I made it. I am so sorry, guys. It happens, right? I was in the flow. And that's true, right? That's what that last message was just about, to go in the flow. And here I am looking back and going, I'm sorry for not being. I shouldn't even say I'm sorry. It was all meant to be in that right timing. Maybe gave my beautiful soul tribe here in the chat bar time to actually have a chat. That's really cool. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We have 2 cards that have fallen. Okay, 3 cards that have fallen out. I'm not going to be able to read these. That's so funny. Okay. Intuitively tap into them, they said. There's 4 cards that have fell out, and I just automatically picked up the animal cards knowing full well I cannot read these without my glasses. Okay, so we've got the swans coming up. I'm going to read them as an intuitive self. We also have the links coming up, and independence. This is feeling like learning about the independence of oneself. Now, the cat and I were playing just before this, and I put up like those mice videos. I'm looking after a 17-year-old deaf cat at the moment, and he's so old. But when I put on this mouse video, he turned into a kitten again. He reversed. Interesting. Remember the Wheel of Fortune coming out in reverse? He reversed himself into being this kitten-like essence again. Absolutely went berserk with these little mice on the video. So funny. I might actually pull it out and put it up on Facebook for you to have a look at if you're one of my Facebook fans. I have over nearly 5,000 friends, and I keep on trying to sift through them to try to add better friends, but it's very difficult. So even if you just follow me, it's enough. So, and then we have partnerships, puffins. So definitely there's a connection coming in here. It could be if you are single, you are going to find a soulmate coming in. Puffin partnerships coming in, but also soul tribe members coming in. Connections happening that's going to help you because you are connecting. They're showing me because you are connecting your right hemisphere with your left hemisphere and embracing both sides of yourself. Then connections can happen that are empowered from the outside as well. It has to be a reflection of how you are within your inner core essence as well. So we have that independence, that kitten-like essence coming through with the links, but also an independent, like I can be childlike, and I can also be assertive and emperor-like, right? As well. There's no one essence of myself that cannot be expressed through December. I am who I am in the moment. And then we have the grizzly bear as well. So abundance coming into me. Like bears represent healing, but he's got a fish in his mouth, right? He knows where the salmon is now. He knows where it is. So I'm feeling in December, you're going to know where the abundance lies. And you know that it comes from within yourself. So you know where to go. You know what part of the river or that water essence within yourself flowing through you and allowing December to flow will always bring you to the abundant spot to allow abundance to come in, the gifts showing up for you. It's a very powerful month this month for those, especially for those that have done the work. And we're kind of separating ourselves a lot more from those that still haven't done the work, you know. There's a protection level, a literal layer. They're showing me a layer between those that have done the work, because they need to hold the light now for those that are coming that haven't done the work. So there's this protection layer happening between you. So even if you are like, I don't know, on a dating site or something like that, and you're like, I'm going to go meet this person, and for whatever reason, everything just failed and you just could not meet them. Let that go, let it flow, because you've got this protection level. That person was somebody that you might have met in the past because your energies were aligned in that moment when you hadn't found your empowered self. But now that you have, you need to protect the level of awareness that you are holding. It's going to bring, because that creates the space for you to allow or bring in people of true essence, true connections of the soul tribe. So allow whatever to happen. It's all meaningful. It's all connected. Everything's connected. Okay. Okay, I think I'll pull one more card out. Which ones am I going? I'll get one of those other cards over there. And then while I pull that card out, just let you know, guys, know, because it's that I will open the chat bar for free readings as well. And so funny, like I'm really needing to go more into my intuitive self because I forgot my glasses, right? I can't read so much writing anymore. So I feel in December we are being asked to really empower that intuitive side. It's one of the reasons why I started the school AMAKEL, so we keep practicing with all these different games and keep going back to them and it's a readjustment of, I know when I was in the flow there. I know when I was feeling without my logical brain, I was feeling into it. It's tapping into that intuitive side. And the more that we do it and practice it, we start to realize that our logical brain knows where to let go and when to let flow. It's really cool. Okay, so we've packed up all of those. I'll reshuffle these. I'll use these cards for the chat bar. So anyone who wants a chat bar reading, please throw that in the chat bar. Here we go. Yes, I knew that one card would come out. So this is the last card. Magnificence. You got to be kidding me, right? For December. Magnificence. You are stepping into your empowered self. Own your magnificence. The world needs your brilliance and grace. That's what's written on the other side. Big enough writing for me to read. But she's hugging herself, right? She's not relying on the outside world to tell her magnificence. She's not standing up and going and screaming to the world, I own all this stuff. I am all of this. She's just owning her magnificence and hugging herself and loving who she is. It's this core essence that we're returning to. And then we're stepping out into the world, knowing thyself in every single opportunity, whether you're going shopping in the shopping mall or anything. Own your power. Be that essence. It will shine the light in the end. Okay, now I'm going to have to squint to see people's names, but we will start with Debbie. Debbie, yes, please. My heart. I can read that name for some reason. Debbie. Okay, we had one just jump out there for you. It's face down. I can't see it. And we have a couple more. So we have the Queen of Cups. Debbie, you are taking that power back. She is holding, I literally am hearing the chalice, like chalice of enlightenment. You are holding it. It's in your hands. And really, if we're holding it, it's in our physical world too. We're bringing it through in our physical world. There's an opportunity here, but you have to stand in your power, become that queen. And don't worry about the stories of what's going on in your outer world. Just let them go. Just stand in the presence of yourself. We also have the Nine of Pentacles. It was in reverse. So maybe there is, just be aware of trying to grasp for something to happen, or the abundance to come in for what you're trying to achieve. Look, you have the Emperor. Like, you really are learning to ground this from an inner core out, but also being in this world as the empowered self. Being in reverse, just be aware, like the Queen will never look at others, look through the eyes of those that have not found their self-worth, and they say, oh, you haven't even made it yet, or whatever, or you haven't even achieved what you wanted, or I don't know, there's something about you not feeling like you are the self-worth of yourself from the eyes of the outside world, or what you want to achieve in your mission, or maybe being afraid of if you do go for this mission, that the outside world might see a lesser value of yourself, but it is so important for who you are and why you came here. There's something to do with a shift up with that. There's a shift or an alignment or understanding of self as you go through December, to come into empowerment and be grounded in that. And it will actually work out way better than what you think in the end, because it's what you think, right? And that is only coming from what other people, and say when you're a kid, taught you of the value of yourself. You have to look a certain way. And so you've maybe even achieved that, but something's shifting in you to be more empowered from a soul mission point of view. Okay, so that's for Debbie. Okay, who else have we got here? Emma. I feel like with you, just there's maybe some sort of take the mask off. There's a feeling of take the mask off. Unveil yourself, your true essence of who you are. And when I was going to say it before the card fell, take your mask off, that's what came in my head. And the card that fell was the moon in reverse. And the moon is representing illusions of oneself. Take the mask off. You don't need it anymore. Maybe you have had it there to protect yourself in the past, and totally understand that because of what energies we were in the past, and we had to try to figure out, how to fit into this world that we didn't even feel we fitted into. So we threw on masks to be able to, almost like you walk in with your family, you put on a certain persona about who you are. That's a mask. You walk into, the shopping mall or whatever, you put on a mask, that sort of thing. But they're wanting you to take the mask off because there's a true essence of value within you that can be now, be vulnerable enough to do that. Be yourself around other people at the moment. The Chariot is also coming, so there's movement forward for you in December. You're coming for the rest of December. You're moving into something, and it's got to be in alignment with yourself. Once you take this mask off, it's like, now I can go forward. Now I know where I'm going once that mask drops. Okay, I'll leave it there for you, Emma. Okay, Ane. We have the High Priestess, but it's come out in reverse. So this is really a transition for you to step into your magical self. There's a lot of magic within you that has been held out of protection as well. And this is why it's coming in reverse. The protection is actually, how would I put this? They're showing me, if you had a witch that was really protecting its magic, it can kind of come off to the outside world as, how they like... someone who's powerful but annoyed or angry with the world or whatever. There's something that was there, and this is to be for you to really reach that High Priestess of self. There's coming back to self of gentleness, coming back to self of the power is within the alignment of being gentle with oneself. A feeling of that. You have the Two of Pentacles, so they're juggling. It came through with abundance, and I pushed this one aside. Funnily enough, I pushed it aside, but it was like face down, so I didn't know what it was. But it is the same card that came out in the general reading, which is the Seven of Wands. So definitely to drop the wands of protection so that you can become the High Priestess, because there's almost like a juggle that's going on within you, because you want to break through that 10 of Pentacles, which means you are coming home to self. It means that you're grounding yourself in this world and the fruition of that. Literally saying a spell. There's a spell within you that wants to be birthed. I can't say it anything more than that. Anyway, and look, we have the Fool on the reverse the bottom of the deck coming out for you. So you might feel like you're becoming a fool to do this, because maybe in the past your ancestors held this protection so much tightly to themselves, that because that's the only way they could move through that very masculine world that they had life after life. And now there's a breaking off that. You're the one that transitions it. You're the one that breaks it off and shows the power of themselves that they lost in order to actually hold that protection up. Well, I could go on forever. Sorry, Anne. So we'll leave it there. Sky, let's go for Sky. Oh my God. I love how the people in the chat bar are coming into my life so just naturally. Is happening. Okay, Sky, you have 2 cards that have fallen out. We have the juggling coming. No way. How can you see? You literally see me shuffle those cards, right? So you get an Arne have similar. You have the juggling card and you have the High Priestess. So you're trying to juggle something within you. That they're actually saying with this juggling card, like, stop trying to juggle left and right. Just put it all down and trust the moment. Stop trying to juggle whether you to be more logical or more intuitive. Put it all down. There's an amalgamation that has to happen of being presently in the moment and trusting that each essence of yourself is a gem in its own accordance to that moment. And so you will know what to use, whether to use your logical mind or your intuitive mind in each moment. And so it becomes entangled with each other. Something to do with this, and it's coming into an enlightenment of being the High Priestess. And then you are wielding your magic. You are going to wield some sort of magical essence about yourself, being completely in tune and acceptance of both sides of yourself. It's coming together for you, and then you can move out. You can move out. They're showing me that too. I don't know what that is, but I think it might be a message for you. You can move out. Okay. Expand or move out. I don't know why I'm saying that, but yeah. Okay, Liz. We have one card that's just jumped out for you, and another that's fallen on the floor. And I always think if it's fallen on the floor, something might be quite out of your reach. But we have the 3 of Swords, and it's in reverse, so a heartache or something that might be coming up for you. But you're moving through this in a different way, where the three of Swords, when a heartache comes up or something that hurts your heart, right? Usually we go into the depths of it, where's it coming from and all that. But for some reason it came out on its side, like we're trying something different with this issue that's come up. We're going to try something different. The 5 of Wands, so it is a fighting card where that's coming in front of me now. This is a valuable lesson for you to try moving through this in a different way. So we have the Hierophant come in reverse, and the Hierophant is, for me, it is a spiritual. It's actually a religious card. It's like grounding spiritual bases on this planet, and it always comes through as religion, because that's what the masculine would turn it into. A logical mind would turn spiritual bases into a religion. Spirituality is, in essence, it's never-ending opportunities of imagination and intuition. It's coming through with the soul, igniting yourself. But it can only be ever reached through present moment attuneness. And so all religions become quite sour, because they were only grounded from a logical essence of self. So when this card is coming through, I think that there's a change happening for you, and understanding that's a new awareness. You're coming into a new awareness. So if something happens to you through December, this next month, that feels a little bit heartbroken or whatever, use it to your advantage. Try to approach it from the inner core out of being present in the moment, so that even if you meet that person again, you are in the present moment, not being affected by what's actually happened something to do with that. That's happening for you to December as well. Okay, Celtic. Osho is coming up in my head with you while I'm shuffling Celtic. So it's like a masterful mind or a master coming into your life, somebody of absolute presence that's going to share with you valuable information. He's a master of himself, and I think because you're learning to be that as well, you have the Fool coming into this. So the Fool card to me is also representing how you are being seen by the outside world as the Fool, but you know damn well that you are right. And so you are going to do it even if you look like a fool to the outside world. It's also a 0, and a 0 is representing the core essence of oneself, the void. So you are going through the void in this month, and it's quite a transition of understanding oneself from the inner core out. But you have the 8 of Pentacles, something you've been working hard on. You've been working at this, you've been working at something, and you want it to come into fruition because you've been doing a lot of work. Almost like let go of how it actually plays out, come into being the Fool, knowing 100% that this is going to work because it's something that you know, almost like a mission that you are following within yourself, and you want to ground it into this world. If you come from a worry of if it's going to happen, then obviously that universe is going to bring that as the worry. Is it going to happen, and never really quite reach that star environment that you want to reach. So this is a really good opportunity for you to become more present with yourself. You have the Devil in reverse. There might be somebody knocking on your door that is going to try to pull you into an entanglement to tie you up again in that old energy, but it's only to teach you a lesson. It's in reverse. You've got this. You aren't going to let this get the better of you this time. That comes in on you, you're just going to see it for what it is, because I literally left it on its own over here and it was face down. I didn't know it was the devil, and I feel like it's far away from me. So you are going to see it coming, or you're going to go, nah, no, no. I've been through all that. I'm more empowered now, but just be aware with this focus in on your business or something that you want to come into fruition, or ignite into this world to give you abundance in this world. Just be aware that you are not coming from that logical mind of I have to keep on working, I have to keep on. Just pull back a little bit and be that Fool of I need to be in the flow of this, because it's an absolute that's going to happen. The universe already knows it's going to happen. I've already put it out. Don't have to keep on asking. Don't have to keep on working towards it. But if I feel like working towards it, if I want to do it, then absolutely I will do it. Yeah. Sorry. I'm really in the zone here, guys. When I get in the zone, I get in the zone, right? It's an interesting reading, isn't it, Celtic? There's a power that you are coming into, but this might be something that you're just going to have to, you'll get through it. You'll get through it. And December's giving you this opportunity of higher awareness. So if it looks like it's sow, it is sow. That's what they're telling me. If it looks like it's sour, it is sour. If it feels like it's sour, it is sour. Go into your feelings more than. It's funny they said look at the beginning, because usually when we see things with our eye, like our eyes, that can be deceiving, because when we feel things is the true essence. But they're actually saying when you see it, you'll see it. You'll actually see it play out. Something to do with that. I don't know what. I'm literally in la la land at the moment, giving you guys these readings. Okay. I can't read your name, and I'm sorry because I haven't got my glasses, but it starts with a J-E and it's got numbers after it. You. Sorry. Sorry. So sorry. But I do read Michelle. Please, I need this with a heart. I'm just going to go, yes, you. Okay. So we have two cards that have fallen out for you and they are face down. Don't forget I do one-on-one readings. If anyone wants a one-on-one with me, the link is down below. We have, this is the card of victory, but it is in reverse. It's something that you are really wanting to show up for you at the moment. You want to have victory in whatever this is. The card that came out, you need, is the Fool again. It's so interesting, isn't it, how they keep coming out the same. Fool. Okay. Maybe you're afraid to look like a fool in front of the eyes of others, but they are. It's not anything to do with that. It's to do. It's. I'm gonna have to pull another card for you because I feel like there's something here that you are not seeing, and that's why I like wanting to pull another card for you. There's something here that you are not seeing because you're too focused in on what the outside world is showing up or how you are seen in the outside by the outside world. But really it's something to do with you coming back to self. And being that this victory card is in reverse, I feel like victory is close to you, but you're just not quite seeing it. Okay, can we have another card for? Okay, we can, and it really flew out. Yeah, there's some sort of, there's a high-end manifestation that they wanting you to come, excuse me, they want you to come into learning how to wield your magic to manifest the reality that you want by going, nah, that's not how my reality is going to play out. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to give that any more attention now. I am going to, it's not even like, I'm just in saying that allows an opening of an opening or expansion in your world to show you another path. So for you to come back to yourself and go, no, sorry, that's not how my reality works. I don't know how it's going to play out, but it's not going to go that way because that is not where I want to go. And so I know that definitely. And so when you make a firm, conscious decision of absolutely not, that's not happening, the universe goes, here's another path. Would you like this path? And then you can navigate through whether you want that or not. Because there's something that you're not seeing at the moment. Just through there's a worry or a worry about what the outside world is seeing you like, instead of you just taking your empowerment back. I think I'll leave it there, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was full on. When I really get in, I really get in. I might even, because I've got all this spare time, I am so free here. It's so funny, isn't it? Like, I thought I was in such a beautiful space before, but now I have all this free time. I have abundance of food and everything. I don't have any worries or concerns about finances at the moment. So interesting, such a beautiful space to be in. So lucky I have gorgeous people coming to my aid and a collective forming as well. Everything's working out for me at the moment. And yeah, I'm just living presently in the moment. So yeah, it's so cool. But in any case, because of that, I have all this free time. I might even just go live 1 hour. So look out for this and just do free readings. I might do that too. Also, I think it's on Friday. Yeah, tomorrow. I had a reading with a beautiful man yesterday, and he was a mathematician. And when our energies came together, we started to really get into the crux of of literal equations forming for us to expand our reality. It was really an interesting discussion. So I've asked him, he doesn't want to go on live, like he doesn't want to be seen, but just him and I conversing. I will show my face, but I think it will just be a black screen for him. And we'll have this chat, and I think we'll record it. So then I will publish it next week sometime. So that's coming as well. It's really interesting how this is all playing out. I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and being on the chat bar. You guys and my energy. I love the energy that we bring together. It's so beautiful. It's not just me, it's everybody. So love you, and until next time, bye.